oasis in the middle of the teeming city of Georgetown, where one can take a peaceful stroll through this urban green space, relax, read, and enjoy the surrounding flowers and trees. Paths wind past tall trees, lush plants, and colorful blooms in the Promenade Gardens.
The future of Guyana has never looked better. Our nation is on the cusp of a development program like never seen before. While Guyana is now emerging as an energy giant through the discovery of massive reserves of oil and natural gas, it is your government's intention that the huge benefits emerging from this will go where it matters most, to you, the people of this beloved country. There is a surge of confidence in the way Guyana is governed once again, and the level of investor interest is unprecedented. Guyana is poised to become the breadbasket of the region, and the pace at which this nation will grow through prudent fiscal management will be nothing short of impressive. But more than anything else will be the way every Guyanese, regardless of color, class, or creed, becomes a part of this historic period of national transformation, sharing in the wealth and well-being of it all as one Guyana.
This majestic garden is bordered by Middle, Newmarket Streets, Waterloo and Carmichael Streets in Georgetown. This gem was once part of the infamous Parade Ground field, which sits on the opposite side. Known for its history of cruelty and death, the Parade Ground was once used for military parades, training and displaying the heads of rebellious enslaved Africans on the stakes, dating back to the period of 1823, Demerara slave uprising. Between the period August 1823 to January 1824, 56 enslaved Africans were sentenced to death, 33 of whom were hanged in the gallows and 10 decapitated. The gallows were built on the site where the Promenade Gardens is now located. As if to cleanse the horrific history of the area, it was decided that a beautiful public garden would be built on the site as a way of honoring the victims of an inhumane system. In 1851, steps were taken to transform the spot into a garden outfitted with seats, an array of flowers and trees. This was completed in 1853 by a Trinidadian botanist. It is also home to a bandstand constructed in 1897 in commemoration of Queen Victoria's Diamond Jubilee. The garden is also home to the monument of Mahatma Gandhi, which was erected to honor the international icon of peace and advocate of non-violence. The bronze statue of Gandhi, mounted on a silver-plated wheel, was unveiled by former Governor General of Guyana, Sir David Rose, on October 2, 1969.
Here's a fun fact. During the 1980s and 1990s, the Promenade Gardens at one time boasted the largest range of wild orchids in the Caribbean. While it has been altered from its original design, the garden is still one of the most beautiful places in the city to visit.
The majestic garden is maintained through a collaborative effort between the Mayor and City Council and Republic Bank. Recent modifications to the garden include the addition of several fountains and an arched walkway. In 2011, a pillar-type monument was erected by the garden's main entrance on Middle Street to commemorate 100 years of the Arya Samaj in Guyana. Public Relations Officer of the City Council, Deborah Lewis, tells us more.
We have a collaborative arrangement with the Republic Bank, and so jointly we maintain the garden. This is a historic edifice, and it's being used for different occasions. Normally people may use it for weddings, but we encourage citizens to come out. It's a beautiful setting, it's a beautiful arena, it's a green space, it's a green environment, and we encourage the citizens to come out and use it for other activities.
One of the world's most inspirational figures who created a Back to Africa movement in the United States once said, A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin and culture is like a tree without roots. This is also one of the reasons the public relations officer is pivotal in preserving the historic space.
This is very, very important because it goes way back as one of our historic landmarks, and we need to preserve it, not only for this generation but for upcoming generations and for upcoming future uses.
Deputy Supervisor of the City Council Bairaj Arjun has half of the responsibility of maintaining the beauty of the garden. Arjun said that sometimes it can be a bit challenging. Nevertheless, he gets the job done.
There's a lot of challenge. Sometimes when you get the rainy season, more challenge because you just can't have to do as much as possible. In the dry season, we do a lot of pruning, clipping, tree trimming. You know, we try to get the garden. There's a huge garden, so we try to maintain it to a standard.
He is joined by head gardener from Republic Bank, Malcolm Francis. Francis says maintaining the garden is a joy.
In order to do this work, you gotta love it to do it for our own plants and things like that. No sense you do anything and don't love it. Plants is a nice thing to be around. So yeah.
Besides being a major tourist attraction, the Promenade Gardens has played host to several public functions.
It is the site of many public and private events, including the popular annual Inner Wheel Club's Easter Hat Show and fashion photo shoot. Families and couples alike use the garden for picnicking or just spending quality time with loved ones in a beautiful environment. According to Arjun, on weekdays, many use the garden for lunch.
People just come in, sit down and have a pleasant evening, afternoon, stroll in the garden, morning hours. It's every day something. Like a lot of people just come have lunch in here. If you go around, you could see a lot of people having a lunch.
In this setting, brides and grooms say their vows and pledge to spend the rest of their lives together, creating a wealth of beautiful memories. Ryan Moore and Rhonda Vigilance will begin their journey as a married couple at the Promenade Gardens. This Guyanese couple lives in the United States but returned home to say "I do" in their homeland. They shared why they chose this location.
We like nature, and we can give you a little secret. We're both missionaries actually, and so we plan to do missionary work, and so that has a lot to do with nature. So we think the best way in bringing our union together is starting it off in nature. And so here is a beautiful scenery. It's a garden, it has flowers, birds, and everything here is just natural. Nothing made up or put together. It's just in its natural state.
Every journey has a first step, and this exquisite green space has been the wellspring of many beautiful beginnings.
Roundabouts. Approaching a roundabout. When you approach a roundabout, you must use your indicator if you intend to turn left or right or make a U-turn at the roundabout. You must give other road users sufficient notice of your intent to turn. Entering a roundabout. When entering a roundabout, you must slow or stop to give way to any vehicle already in the roundabout. You must also continue to use your indicators if you intend to turn left or right or make a U-turn. Turning left. When turning left, you must indicate left on approach and be travelling in the left-hand lane unless there are road markings with other instructions. Stay in the left lane and exit in the left lane. Turning right. When turning right, you must indicate right on approach and be travelling in the right-hand lane unless there are road markings with other instructions. Making a U-turn. When using a roundabout to make a U-turn, you must approach in the right lane and signal right. Changing lanes in a roundabout. Drivers may change lanes in a roundabout if they wish. The usual road rules for changing lanes apply. You must use your indicator and give way to any vehicle in the lane you are entering. Going straight ahead. You don't need to signal when approaching the roundabout if you are going straight ahead. You may approach the roundabout from either the left or right lane unless there are road markings with other instructions. Exiting a roundabout. As when you exit a road, you must signal left when leaving a roundabout, if it is practical to do so. and you should stop indicating as soon as you have exited the roundabout. However, when you are travelling straight ahead on a small single-lane roundabout, it may be impractical to indicate when exiting.
The future of Guyana has never looked better. Our nation is on the cusp of a development program like never seen before. While Guyana is now emerging as an energy giant through the discovery of massive reserves of oil and natural gas, it is your government's intention that the huge benefits emerging from this will go where it matters most, to you, the people of this beloved country. There is a surge of confidence in the way Guyana is governed once again, and the level of investor interest is unprecedented. Guyana is poised to become the breadbasket of the region, and the pace at which this nation will grow through prudent fiscal management will be nothing short of impressive. But more than anything else will be the way every Guyanese, regardless of color, class, or creed, becomes a part of this historic period of national transformation, sharing in the wealth and well-being of it all as one Guyana.
So the next time you are looking to escape the hassles of the day and take a few minutes, pop into the Promenade Gardens.